Hi friends, it's Miss Cady. I don't know if you remember, but we've been talking about bugs and different kinds of insects. So we last saw a video on the paper wasp. Did you watch that one yet? If you haven't, you can still watch it where we look at a real wasp that used to be alive. It's pretty cool. And today, we're going to learn a little bit about ants. A-N-T-S. Some of you have seen ants before. This one looks super big, but they're really small. And sometimes we see them in the classroom. So an ant is an insect, which means it has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen, and it's got 6 legs. That's a lot of legs. We only have 2. So look, here's the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. And there its legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty crazy. It also has 2 antennae. Can you see it? 1, 2, and that helps them. The antennae help them. Okay, ants all around the world. Can you see? These are all ants. It says, do you know how many ants live in the world? More than 10 quadrillion. That's a lot of ants. Ants live in fields and forests. They live under sidewalks too. Ants are everywhere. Wow, look at that. An ant is an active insect. Its tiny waist helps it bend and wriggle through tunnels. Have you ever seen an ant wiggle under something that seems like the ant can't fit through? It's crazy. Its 6 strong legs creep and crawl. Its 2 large eyes see the world. Its super tough jaws munch and crunch. Its long feelers touch and tap. So these antennae, they're feelers, and they kind of feel around to see what's going on. Look at that guy up close. Wow, this is a wood ant. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see what happens next. Wow, this says ants at home. Look at that. It says this is an army ant colony. Do you see how they're all kind of crawling on top of each other? Pretty cool. It says 1 ant, 2 ant, 3 ant, 4. See 1 ant and you'll see lots more. Ants live in large groups. A group of ants is called a colony. Wow. Pretty cool. An ant colony lives in a nest. Most ants build nests underground. An ant nest is full of tunnels. Each tunnel leads to a little room. Look at that, that's pretty cool. So here's a bulldog ant. You see head, thorax, abdomen. Pretty cool. And can you see his legs? 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg, 5 leg. His 6th leg is over here, and these are his feelers. And you can see he's using his jaws. I think he's carrying some larvae around. That's pretty cool. So he's not trying to hurt that. He's trying to carry it. It's a future ant baby. Look at that. So these are the rooms. And these are the tunnels that they walk along to try to get to the special rooms they have. Do you have rooms in your house? You do. And do you have little hallways to walk around? You do. That's kind of like them. Okay. Some ants do not live underground. They live inside hollow thorns, between rocks, in rotting trees, and in nests made of leaves. This is a guinea ant, and it likes to nest in a tree. Look at that. They're crawling in and out there. And over here, these are weaver ants. They're on top of a leaf. Look at them. They're pretty amazing, aren't they? Pretty cool. Oh my goodness. The ant man. Look at him. He's got lots of little ants. So some people study bugs. They love to study bugs, and then they collect them when they find them that aren't alive anymore, and they put them in a little collection so they can study them. And this says Brian Fisher is a scientist. He looks for new kinds of ants. Some people call him the Ant Man. Dr. Fisher has found more than 800 new kinds of ants. That's so many ants. He can't wait to find even more. So he studies bugs. Did you know that's a job you could have one day? You could be a bug studier. It's pretty fun. There's a very special name for that. An ant's life. Wow. The queen is the biggest ant in a colony. She lays eggs all day long. When the eggs hatch, little larvae wriggle out. They look like worms. Can you wriggle like a little larva? Wriggle around, wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. So this is the queen. She's very big. And here she's got teeny tiny eggs going on. See that? And this says it's an ant taking care of a pupa. And this is like a soon-to-be ant. It's like a baby ant before it becomes alive, really, and can move around. Let's see. It says they eat and eat and eat. The larvae eat all the time. Larvae turn into pupae. Pupa do not move. Pupa do not eat. After a few weeks, they turn into adult ants. So it's kind of like they're sleeping but not doing anything. Larva, the second stage in the life of insects. Larvae spend most of their time eating and growing. Pupa, the third stage of the life of many insects. Some ant pupa are surrounded by a cocoon. These are Aztec ants. That's pretty cool. I'm going to hold this closer so you can get a closer look at the pupa. He's kind of clear. Can you see that? Pretty cool. And that queen ant is so big. So big. Okay. This is about worker ants. Worker ants. Most of the ants in a colony are workers. All worker ants are female. That means they're girl ants. Inside the nest, some worker ants dig new tunnels. Others take care of eggs, larvae, and pupa. This is a bulldog ant. Whoa, look at his sharp jaws. This is why it sometimes can hurt if an ant bites you. Ants don't always bite, but it can hurt sometimes. It's because they have little ouchy teeth right there. See that? And he's got larvae down here. Can you see them? They're like wiggling around. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And over here, these are weaver ants. So these are worker ants. That's a worker ant, and these are all worker ants. Wow, it says many ants eat other insects. So this is probably, it used to be another bug. Look at that, and they're eating it. Let's see what it says. Some worker ants collect food. Others guard the nest. Do you notice that in a huge group of ants that a lot of them do different jobs? You have the queen who makes the little baby ants, and you have the worker ants who take care of the baby ants. They make tunnels, they build the rooms, they find food, and they guard their nests. They're like a little family working together. Does your family work together to do different jobs? You do, don't you? That's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Ants with wings. Can you believe that? Look at that ant. It's got wings. It says winged carpenter ants. A few ants in the colony have wings. Some are females, some are males. Ants with little wings fly out of the nest and they start new colonies. So they can go and start a new group of ants. That's pretty cool. Superhero ants. This is awesome. This is the aqua ant. Aqua ant lives in Australia. She can swim, dive, and even live underwater. Whoa, I can't live underwater. Can you live underwater? No, you can't live underwater. That's pretty cool. This says Mama Marvel. Mama Marvel is an African driver ant. She lays 50 million eggs a year. Wow, that's crazy. 50 million is so many. Hulking Hercules. Wow. Hulking Hercules is a bulldog ant. She can lift more than 20 times her body weight. So can you see what kind of bug she's lifting up? She's carrying a bumblebee, it looks like. That's pretty crazy. Ants are very strong. The big biter. The big biter is a trap-jaw ant. She has the fastest bite in the animal world. Biter can snap her jaw shut at a speed of 145 miles an hour. That is faster than my car can drive safely. That's pretty fast. Looks like she's got another bug inside of her jaw too. Look at that. What's for dinner? Most ants catch and eat other insects. Some ants eat dead animals. Leafcutter ants grow their own food. They have fungus gardens inside their nests. I've heard before that ants are better farmers than humans are. Have you heard that? Did you know that? It's pretty cool. So here's the leafcutter ant in her fungus garden. Do you see that? Fungus is like a growing organism, and sometimes they turn into like mushrooms. A mushroom is a type of fungus. So they kind of eat all of these special little things right here. And look, you can kind of see it looks a little bit like a spider web, this fungus that it's growing. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Word bites. Fungus, a living thing that is not a plant or an animal. Mushrooms are a kind of fungus. Hey, that's what I just said. Many ants take care of aphids. Aphids are small insects. They make sugary poop that ants like to eat. Yummy. Oh my goodness, can you believe that? Look, so here are the baby aphids. You see that? And sometimes aphids fly around. Sometimes you got a lot of little aphids. So that's interesting. They help take care of the aphids, and the aphids produce something that the ants like to eat. They're kind of like a little team. That's so fun. Oh my goodness. Here are some army ants. Look at that. Wow. Okay, it says army ants hunt for food every day. The colony looks like a moving, munching carpet. Army ants sting and bite everything in their path. They can kill insects, spiders, lizards, and baby birds. Ouch! That's pretty crazy. Most of the ants you see aren't going to sting or bite you. They're just walking around. An army ant colony can be as wide as a street. It can be longer than a football field. That's pretty crazy. So look close. Here's this guy. See, his teeth are very big. Do you see that? His jaws are so big. Maybe that's why it hurts. This is a fire ant, it says. Look at that. Kind of red looking. Wow. Fire ants. Army ants are not the only ants that sting and eat animals. Fire ants have poison that they inject into other animals, insects, and even people. It leaves a burning feeling. That is how fire ants got their name. So when they bite you or sting you, I think they just bite. Well, I guess they sting. They give you a little bit of their yucky juice. It's like a poison, something you shouldn't eat or drink. And it hurts. It burns inside your body because it feels bad. So you get a little burning feeling. And they call them that because fires burn too. There are more than 280 different kinds of fire ants. Wow. So generally, if you see a red ant, you don't want to be playing with that red ant. We want to leave ants alone and let them walk around and do their work, right? We do, because they're working hard, taking care of each other. This says, hooray for ants. Ants are an important part of our world. They are food for other animals. Birds, frogs, and spiders eat ants. So do monkeys and aardvarks. As ants dig tunnels, they mix the dirt. Plants grow better in dirt with ants. So they help us. Ants help us too because they help the dirt be healthy so that our plants can grow and we can use the plants for medicine, for tea, for food. We can use it for beauty to look at these beautiful plants. So this is oh wow, I covered this up. This bird is eating an ant. Look at that. Ah! And this says leafcutter ants dig up a lot of dirt when they build a nest. Scientists weighed the dirt one colony dug up. The dirt weighed as much as 6 elephants. That's crazy. One colony moved enough dirt to weigh the same as 6 elephants. That's pretty crazy. That is the end of this book. Back here they have some special words that we learned. The colony, which is the group of ants that lives together. You can see them so close. Larva, which is the second stage of life for many insects. That's where they wiggle, wiggle, wiggle and eat. Nom, 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 nom. Kind of like you. You wiggle and eat. The pupa, which is the third stage in the life of many insects. That's where they kind of freeze and don't move at all. Their body's probably growing a lot. And they're kind of clear. And then they turn into adult ants. And then the fungus, which is what leafcutter ants grow, I think they said. A living thing that is not part of a plant or animal. Pretty cool. That is a book about ants. I can't wait to learn some more about bugs with you. Love you so much and see you soon.